This is Tara, and I'd like to welcome everybody to the CEO training. Can everyone hear me? I don't know if Chris or Seth is going to mute everyone.
I can hear you. We do have background noise.
Okay. All right, great.
Time to mute everybody.
Welcome everybody to our CEO training, and my name is Laura Tuttle, and I'm honored to be the host this evening. We have some amazing speakers, and I'm sure that you're going to want to take some notes, so get your pen and pencils ready to take some notes, because they're going to share some amazing things with us. So just a little bit of background about me. I've been in the airline business for over 20 years. Absolutely loved my job. Hated commuting several thousand miles to go to work. That got old very quickly, and I really hated it. So I decided it was time to be home and throw away my alarm clock, which ran my life. And a very dear friend of mine came to me and introduced me to LifeVantage, who you will meet this evening. And my life has never been better. It's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I'm excited. We have a couple of things that are coming up. Elite Academy, July 18th through the 20th. It's our 10-year anniversary, so you're not going to want to miss it. If you haven't registered, I highly recommend it. Our next CEO training is going to be July 23rd. Mark that in.
Hold on one second, Laura.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Love this technology. If we wrote notes, it would never work. So we have a lot of information, and I'm going to turn this over to a very dear friend, an amazing leader, and just an amazing human being, Chris Michaels. So take it away.
Hey there, excited to be on the training today. Hopefully can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
I'm literally standing in a bedroom, so my kids are in the other room. It'll be loud, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. So what I want to do is go over just a quick second with you guys, just go over what happened last month with people that were actually out using maybe the CEO Pro app. And if you are new to this training, we have run a leaders board, and we run a contest each month with the app. And this training will be with the app, with Nerf 2, with Nerf 1, with inviting, with everything. But one thing we do talk about is this app that we've been using, which is absolutely amazing and very, very worth your time to use. So I want to go over just some quick recognition with that and what happened last month. I'm trying to airdrop the picture to myself so I can share it with you guys, but let's see here. I may have to, technology here may make me have to switch resources. Hold on, I may have to switch and jump on my phone to be able to share it with you guys, because I didn't airdrop it in time. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can do this or not. Or Seth, if you're on here, can you screen share that or no? Give me 1 second here, guys. We're talking about, one thing I'll talk about as I'm working on getting this done is last month we had over 1,400 exposures and engagements last month with people using the app, which to me is absolutely amazing. Thank you, Seth. Absolutely amazing that we had that many exposures in a single month. It's just mind blowing to me that can happen and have that many people exposing with just a little bit that we barely are getting going with how amazing and powerful this app is. If you don't know what the app is, we'll talk about it later within the training. But what I want to talk about is May. So what happened last month for May? And it's absolutely amazing because Christina's been up here on this, just running on the top of this leaderboard each month. So if you guys take a look at this, we ran a contest, which was first place with the most exposures was going to receive $100. Second place was going to receive $50. And then we're going to choose 3 additional winners from number 3 to whatever number it is that has at least 20 exposures. Okay. So these are the 16 people that have 20 exposures or more. Okay. So that's 20 new people looking at information, which to me You guys, 20 exposures in a month is amazing. Following up is key for this. It's absolutely key doing follow-up when you're exposing, in Christina's case, 178 people in a month, or Gabriel at 177. I can only imagine what was going through those two and their mind on the last day of the month trying to get that top spot, right? They were one number away. And then Seth Mulder, I mean, normally you would think 54 would be absolutely phenomenal, which it is, but he came in third place with 54, which to me is absolutely amazing at 54. And all the way down to Barbara at number 16 for having at least 20 exposures or more. 20 exposures to me is absolutely amazing in a month. So great job to every single person on here. And I love seeing the repeat names over and over on here of people that are really going out and getting it done. So Christina is going to receive $100 for having 178 last month. Gabriel's has 177. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to see if I can do this. I'll actually go live on here real quick on something and just pick these real quick, if that's okay with you guys.
Actually, we already picked them, and I already emailed. I already texted them. Chris.
Seth already picked them. All right, never mind.
Just so everybody knows, it was Wendy Cawley, Manda and Bill Hightower, and Tony Malecki, who ended up taking those other gifts from a random drawing.
Awesome. I was just making sure it wasn't Seth again, since he did draw his own name. I was just trying to make sure that people didn't think we were sandbagging this deal for Seth Mulder. So I'm really glad you did not win, Seth. So I appreciate that. So we're not going to do that drawing. I was going to do it for you guys live, but that's okay. But you know what, you guys, I'll tell you what, today what you're going to do is you're going to learn some great information from invites to just all different kinds of information, some powerful power science knowledge from an amazing person that I absolutely just love. She just called me one of her kids a few minutes ago, which is a compliment actually in my eyes, even if I do drive people nuts. But you guys, congratulations to each person that has really worked their tail off. There's a whole laundry list of people. Laundry could be bad, so I don't want to say that. There's a whole list of people that have achieved so many in the 18s, 19s, 17s, 16s. To me, that is absolutely amazing. So congratulations to each and every one of you guys that have worked so hard. And we're already 11 days into June, you guys. And in the last month of our company's fiscal year. So this is a month to absolutely crush it and rock it for each and every one of us. So I challenge each and every one of you guys to go out and take Christina's spot, because right now Christina is running about, if I looked earlier, I think it was number, what was that, 6, 7, 8, or 9, ninth place right now. So Christina, you're gonna have to get that work up there, since you've been rocking at number 1. Oh, she's number 4, sorry. She had 9 exposures is what it was, but she's sitting at number 4. So I would challenge each and every one of us to get out there, expose it. It absolutely, the exposure and piquing people's interest, to me, has never been so easy with what we're doing now. So you guys, congratulations. And with that, I'll turn the time back over to you, Laura, since I don't get to do a drawing and Seth already did it. So thanks, Seth.
Well, we're going to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Nancy Bryan. She's a very dear person to me, but her background, I don't have all of your statistics of all the things that you've done. I apologize for that, but we are so looking forward to the information that you're going to share with us this evening. So take it away, Nancy.
Oh, thank you so much, Laura. And you know what? Everybody that's on tonight, thank you so much for taking the time to come and listen and to learn. And we're all in this together. And you know what? I do have some letters behind my name. I am a doctor of pharmacy and a certified diabetic educator, formulator, biochemist, a bunch of things. But first and foremost, I'm a person that cares about other people. And I find that to be true with all of the people that I've met in LifeVantage. That's probably the one most endearing thing to me that I see when people ask me, Nancy, what are you doing? You don't need to do this. You know, why would you do a multi-level company? I get that question a lot. And you know what? It's so much more than so many of them could ever experience unless they've met the faces and the people that I've met. And I'm so grateful for that. So having said that, one of the things that I did was I got together with a few people and I asked them, I said, you know what, I'm going to be on this call tonight or on the Zoom tonight. I want to hear from you. What is it that you want to hear from me? What is it that's going to make the biggest impact for you to be able to share these unbelievable products with people? Because that's what this really truly is about. And you know what? We sat together for a few minutes, and I'm really thrilled with what they told me because it was what I thought, but you know what? I wanted to hear it from them. And I think the three biggest things that I hear most often from most people is, how do we get people to understand how really truly unique these products are compared to the hundreds and hundreds of new products on the market that are supplements and all those kinds of things. So I just want to make it really simple for people and go over just some basics that maybe you'll be able to put in your pocket and to take with you wherever you go and whenever you're having a conversation, no matter who it is and no matter what is going on with their health or their life. And so first and foremost, we got to remember what brought this company together. What started this company was the fact that there was a single scientific discovery, a discovery, people. I'm talking about something that is brand new. And that was a concept that we had not been trained in science. The fact that we actually had the ability to make changes in our body and to absolutely be able to have some control over our gene expression. And that was a huge discovery a while back that led to a product that led to now over 20 products. And so first and foremost, understand that you are part of a company that has the most unbelievable cutting edge category creating products. And what I mean by that is there's lots of companies out there that might have one, and we have 20. Can you believe that? 20 category creating products. And so the second thing that I tell people is that we have evidence-based science. And just to give you a real quick example of what that means, there is lots of science out there. You'll see lots of people, oh, well, my product's backed by science. Well, what they'll have is they'll have a study on a certain chemical or a certain entity or a certain supplement, but it's not what's in the bottle that they're handing someone. We have incredible science on exactly what it is that we're handing to somebody. And as a scientist, as a certified diabetic educator, as a pharmacist, when I'm helping people to be on these products, and I know their body's health is going to improve so much that they're going to end up possibly improving their health enough to maybe reduce a dosage or maybe possibly even get off certain medications. I need to know two things about a product. I need to know that it is exactly what was being studied and that it's being able to be duplicated. So not only is it important that the studies were done on exactly what we have, but that we have the quality controls and that we have enough care in our company to make sure that the quality and what we have for safety for our products is really unprecedented. So those were the most important impacts for me personally as a person with several licenses and a lot of responsibility for a lot of different kinds of patients. I needed to know that this was something that was really unique, that could do something in our bodies that nothing else has been proven to do yet, and that it was going to be able to be duplicated and that it was safe. And so having said that, I just want to talk a little bit tonight on basically the flagship product, our NRF2. And you know what, because we have other products now, we kind of focus on all those different things and we get lost in all the details. But I just want to bring up a couple of things that might be helpful for you to understand, because we as a company have brought forth the concept of biohacking, which is making sure our genes express in a very positive way. We've brought forth the concept of nutrigenomics, which is utilizing plants and substances that are going to help our genes express and do good things. But what people really don't understand is the real basics. And that is, why do you even need that? So I just want to first talk about oxidative stress. And what oxidative stress is it's going to be something that accumulates in our body through natural processes, through exercise, through breathing. And basically what happens is we have stress in the form of all kinds of little free radicals in our cells, and they cause a lot of damage. And what's so awesome is our body has an ability, that's what that discovery was a few years ago, was that our body actually makes our own antioxidants to handle that. So what really sets us apart is this NRF2 foundational product, because what it does is that NRF2 synergizer activates the NRF2 protein. That is a messenger. And what that messenger does is it goes in and it communicates to our genes. And it's the most important genes, our survival genes. And what it does is it helps our own body to help repair itself. And that is something that you cannot achieve by taking external antioxidants. Our own body makes our own antioxidants. That was the huge discovery. And once we figured out that that happened, what we needed to figure out was how to flip the switch to turn it on. That's what NRF2 Synergizer product is. Our Protandim NRF2 product is the only product proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Now, many of us that have been part of the company for a while kind of take that for granted, but let me help you to understand. I've been to several conferences lately, and we're going to see lots more information on NRF2 activation from other companies and from other people, because there are certain things that can activate that NRF2. What sets us apart is by how much we do it and the things that it accomplishes, because those other things do not accomplish that. And what's so cool is I can say that because we have the science that backs that and that proves that. And it's really an exciting thing, but I want you to feel comfortable that the most important thing you need to understand is that when your cell has trash building up in it, oxidative stress comes in many forms. It can come from EMFs, from all of the things we're watching, our Zooms, our cell phones, the Wi-Fi is going through our houses, our router boxes, 5G's coming. All of these things create havoc in our body. Our body does have the ability to protect itself. But unfortunately, as we age, that process starts really slowing down. And what's so unique is that this NRF2 Synergizer has the ability to help it wake up again and turn back on again. And our survivor genes are really the simple means we have of being able to help our cells remain younger. And we have the National Institute on Aging study that proves that as well. So what's so unique is we have an amazing product that does some amazing things. And it is not a supplement like things that are on the outside, like antioxidants that can come from the outside. It really truly is something that does something very unique. And that reduction of oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days is massive. In fact, I have to chuckle. I had a company not very long ago approach me to take a look at some of their products. They had a whole new product line based on some of the science they had, and they were losing their minds over it. They literally were so excited. And when I took a look at their information, it was pretty solid. It looked pretty good. But let me tell you, they were so excited in starting a whole product line based on a product that reduced oxidative stress by 7% across 4 to 6 months. Now think about that. That is what we're talking about here. We are leaps and bounds ahead. And I know it's difficult when you go to your friends and when you go to your neighbors and they have their bottle of vitamin C or their naturopath asked them to try something different or whatever. But all that I ever asked is, you know what, just take a look at what we have and just give it a try. You know what, that's the most important thing. The other thing that I'd like to say in terms of our NRF2 is that when we're taking a look at the things that it does, it is the master regulation. So those survival genes are huge. It's the master regulation of those survival genes, but it's also the master regulation of our inflammatory processes, our fibrolytic processes, which means things like scarring on the inside, things like when you start seeing plaque buildup in blood vessels, when you start seeing lungs start not being able to breathe as well. All of those are fibrolytic formation, tumors, cancers, all of those things. This is the master regulator for that. And then, of course, that cytoprotection, being able to protect that cell. So the most important thing to remember is that this is truly an amazing discovery. And it's set forth for us the ability to have other category creating products. And when we were talking, people wanted me to explain that NRF2. So hopefully I've helped explain that a little bit, that you can understand that switch is regulating our genes to operate properly in the cell. But the other thing that they asked me to explain is that when we have NRF1 as another product, again, this is going to be a category creating product. It's the first of its kind. And you know what, I probably have a few people that I might get in trouble with here, but I'm going to tell you that we have a study that's under review right now in PubMed that is about molecular changes from a perspective of our mitochondria. And if you want to know how much mitochondria has to do with aging and disease, just look that up on pubmed.gov. That's the site where doctors go, and you're going to find that that has a lot to do with a lot of disease states. And now we have really, truly the first NRF1, again, another pathway that we're flipping a switch on that's helping our mitochondria be repaired, and not only repairing the mitochondria that we have, but also increasing the production of it. And those are things that, you know what, in the past as a scientist, I was trained, the only true way that you would see a huge increase in mitochondrial production would be by going to the gym. That was the whole idea. You go to the gym and you go work out your muscles. That would build new muscle cells based on you increasing mitochondrial numbers. And now we actually have a product, Protandim NRF1, that works, oh gosh, where'd I go?
We can see you still.
Oh my gosh, I don't know where I went. I'm so sorry. Bear with me one
It just
second.
got brighter. It's all. It was okay.
Yeah, I don't know where. I totally lost all of you guys. Hang on, bear with me. I guess I was so excited I electrified my computer. I apologize. Well, at any rate, so let me just finish my thought here. Even though I can't see anybody or I'm off the screen. Hopefully you can hear me. But the bottom line is we have NRF1 that now repairs our mitochondria. Those two things are the yin and the yang in our cell. We have what's the cell production side of reading the DNA and knowing what the cell's supposed to do. And then we have the mitochondria, which is the energy production to help the cell do the energy that it needs to. And so those two are two different pathways, two different switches that are incredibly important to have full cell health. And so what I wanted to bring across tonight was that we are in an incredible position and a responsible position because we have the ability to help people to actively change their lives. That's the story that happened to me. For those of you that don't know, I have a back history of breast cancer and melanoma, and I can tell you that my life is significantly different today. We don't ever say we can treat, mitigate, prevent, or cure, but I can tell you that when your life is activated again, and through these products we have the ability to have our cells repair and heal by the works of our own body, that's when you know that you have something that truly is remarkable. And I just want you to have the belief in that, because I think once you believe that, you won't have to hesitate when somebody gives you the smirk or when they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. I just want you to know from a perspective of a scientist, someone that's worked on these things for many years. I'm thrilled and excited more every day to be part of this. So hopefully, Chris, I don't know what it was that you wanted me to go over. Hopefully that's a good explanation from the perspective of those two products. I think they're our foundation. The rest go on. We have some great products, but I just want that basis for people to have the belief system, because once they have that belief system in that, they'll know and be able to understand and learn the other products.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Dr. Nancy. If people were not the least bit excited, now I think they're jumping for joy. What we have, it's when you hear it in the way that you have spoken about it, it's overwhelming that we have this gift in our life.
It is, truly.
So
And I'm
thank
grateful.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great education for all of us, and put in such a great, simplistic, wonderful way that we can all relate. Our next speaker, it's about a relaunch story, and I think this is going to be exciting. Sam Flake, I don't know if you're on. If you are, or maybe somebody from your team is going to be joining us.
Yeah, just do it. We'll. Sam is on the road and supposed to be on, but welcome to the life of somebody who gets to get residual income every month and build a multi-million-dollar business and live in an RV, if you so choose. So if he's not answering, then we'll go to the next one. But let's give him 10 seconds to see if he's here. Sam Flake?
Sam, where are you?
He was passing through Moab, Utah last I talked to him, just in. Let's move on. If he's not here, that's okay.
Okay. Well, we'll put him on the back burner for just a few minutes. And next up, we have some game changers, which I'm excited to hear about. Michael Jeffries and Bruna Pillen. They're going to talk to us about some exciting things. So, Michael, if you're there, I see you now.
Yeah, we're here. I'll start first. My wife will finish it off here. So watch my clock, Bruna, make sure I don't go over. Yeah, thanks to Seth, we've actually we're plugged into this app right around the first week in April. And this is what we've been looking for forever. My background is real estate. I was a real estate agent for 28 years. When Canada launched in 2013, I was lucky enough to actually be shown the video and got started as a customer. We could not do the business. And by May of 2014, 11 months later, I actually hit Pro 7. My wife's got her own business as a Pro 6. And we've obviously got multiple business centers now. The challenge that we've always had is making what we do duplicatable. You've heard that phrase throughout your whole life if you're network marketing. And the ability of what I did was simply I got on the phone and I phoned everybody I knew. And I never stopped phoning until I hit Pro 7. And I still to this day phone like a madman. But that's my methodology and I'm comfortable with that. And I used to be those guys that would door knock the neighborhood to say, "Hi, Mr. Jones." That's what I did. I was paid to do that. So to me, network marketing was easy. It was very simple. Sorry, not easy because you have to actually get up and do it. That's the challenge. When the app was introduced to us accidentally, I bumped into somebody on LinkedIn who said that they knew Seth. Well, then Seth was nice enough to contact us and send us the introductory video, which if you haven't seen it, please watch it like now. And my wife and I had a meeting with him the next morning, and Bruna actually had to cut it short because she had already downloaded the app and it was already plugging people in. She said, "Okay, I get it. I'm gone. I got to go do this." So there is scripts, there is instructions. If you were ever nervous about inviting somebody to this event, to this company and to what their life could look like, you have just had all your fears dissolved. Because all you do now, I remember somebody was probably on the line here that's seen Eric Worre at one of our events, and he was talking about texting. Now this has got to be probably back in 2015, maybe 14, I don't remember. But I was talking to Mark Shinsato about the new thing about texting people. So I think it was probably at our Pro 5 Summit back in 2014 that texting was now, could be acceptable, could be not a bad way. It's different than what we're used to. I like the personal touch. Well, so do I, but I can't meet my friend in Germany tomorrow, can I? I can on Zoom, and I can if I poke him with a text. So, but who could do all that? And who could track it all? So the one thing that Seth brought up very wisely is I could tell him probably by looking at my day timer how many people I got on the phone with, right? I got lists and I phone and I phone and I phone, and those are what we call exposures. They now know LifeVantage linked with my name. Great. Did they have a chance to meet up with us? Not yet. They've dodged me on that. What this app allows us to do is formalize that exposure. I am now able to insert them, expose them in a systematic way. There's no wondering, what do I send them now? What do I send them to pique their interest? That has taken it out of the equation. There's a very old phrase in golf industry called paralysis by analysis. If you think too much, you probably won't do anything. So having two simple funnels to start with, a health one called biohacking or a money one, they all end up at the same place at the presentation. So having that in the hands of our new people, and I had the ability to launch 2 new people in the last 48 hours, and it is a pleasure. You just simply load up their people on their app and you text the script. Please follow the script exactly. Seth had the wisdom to actually lay out the blueprint, proven plan. He was the author of that. So the scripts that are laid out in your back office for Rapid Funnel are no different. They're crafted in a way to make sure that they elicit the right response without throwing yourself under the bus. You don't want to ask the bad questions. So by texting them, poking them, getting them started on the funnel, your exposure will go through the roof. Therefore, your exposures will have higher level of engagements, and engagements will translate into sales. So step one, the peaking is already there. The presentation's already laid out, and I know he's tweaked it a couple of times, and it's probably going to get more tweaks as we go through this process. The day-to-day routine now becomes so simplistic. We sort of joked about this being a little addiction now. You can actually get on Rapid Funnel, and when I look at the app right now, I can tell you my team, if I go to the leaderboard, Gabriel Zed is ours. He's about 8 levels below us, but he's one of ours. Tony Malecki, one of ours. Then there's me. Then there's Maria Pilon, my sister-in-law. And then there's Stephen Kowicki, personal. Karen Mitchell, Margaret Rougeau. Congratulations, Margaret. Now, if anybody ever says to you, oh, I'm too old to learn that, Margaret is on the line right now. She's 75. She is not being left behind. This woman has got this thing going on. And I sort of sent her a back office shot. Has anybody had been lucky enough to have 2 new people come in simultaneously in your back office under new members by one person? I had that today. Margaret, Platinum Pack and a new customer. Boom, boom, right in my new members. So congratulations, Margaret. All done because she has a systematic way now of going through and piquing interest, doing the presentation, following up. Now, I'll let my wife jump in now because she's actually the brains behind all the website stuff and all that stuff. So, Han, can you jump in now? Are you good to go?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you everybody for being here. And thank you, Seth. Next time I see you, I'm going to give you a huge hug because this was the part we've been missing. And if you're over 50, you might think, you know what, social media is not for me. These millennials have an advantage because they were born with the phone in their hand. It's true, they have the advantage, but think about it. they don't have as much credibility as anybody that's a little older, right? So if we take the opportunity to learn these tools, we're going to blow the millennials out of the water. Hopefully there's no millennials on the line because I don't see too many, but that's what I mean. So don't feel afraid that you can't do it. You can, you just have to learn it. And the app has given us that automation that we've been missing, right? So you all, some of you know how to do this already. You've got your peak. What we've always had a problem, whether we had the app or not, I believe, is the follow-up, right? We get told you have to follow up, the keys in the follow-up. So we are told that we need at least 5 to 6 exposures, right, for somebody to engage. Well, in the app, we have 38 resources. So if you take away the 2 surveys, then you have 36 different entries into the app. So after you pique the interest and you've seen them going through a little bit of the information and you see them stalling, that happens, right? But I call them the nudges. Give them a nudge. Go through your app. Look at all the resources that you have and enter it from another direction. So you have 36 different apps, 36 different touches or nudges that you can kind of say, hey, notice that you had a chance to look at this video. How do you like what you see? Take a look at this next information on the science, on the business. There's 36 different entries into the apps besides the 2 funnels, right? If you are on social media already, you know, when you send the peak, you see that URL that people get. You can put that URL on your Facebook page, on your website if you have one. That funnel creates that, but be sure to send the actual URL from the survey, because the survey, once they click on it from any social media background or platform, will auto-populate your app. I learned that just recently. I was so excited by that. So when you send that survey outside the app, but on another social media platform that you may already have, when they click on it and they fill out that survey, it auto-populates your app. I hope you all understand what that means. You will see that in your app, and now you'll be able to drip on them. And you don't have to worry about following up 5 or 6 times. You can follow up 36 times, gently, naturally. See them go through that information themselves. And it's exciting. It's the most exciting thing that I can't sit still. I'm telling everybody, connect with all your distributors. Let them know that this is available. You will get people that say, you know what, it's not for me. I like that person-to-person, knee-to-knee, heart-to-heart. And that is important. The app does not negate that. It is still a person business. It's still a relationship business, but that can be done through the app. Because I have had people that I've been trying to call that have avoided my phone call, and I just do a quick text, hey, are you around? And they go, yeah, what's up? I go, seriously? Come on, you've been ignoring me for months. But this allows that numbers game, right? It is a little bit about numbers game, and it's easier to send somebody a text. So I have this problem. We talk about the phone weighing 100 pounds. We can't get it up to our ear to call even our best friends. But the app has allowed us to really share. The percentages are about the same. We know that out of 100 people, maybe 7, 8 will respond, 1 or 2 distributors, the rest customers, and that doesn't change with the app. So you still have to communicate, you have to share content, give value, be a friend, but it allows us to communicate that much faster, that much quicker. So again, thank you so much for this app, for sharing with us, Seth, because honestly, you did not have to do it. So thank you. I hope that helps a little bit. I know we want to give little nuggets. Some of you already know this information, so I hope this has helped. And we'll see you in July. Can't hear you, Laura.
Thank you so much, Michael and Bruna. That was just an amazing way to put it. It's simple, simple, simple. Takes the fear out of everything. So that was great. Our next speaker, we're still looking for Sam Flake. Is he out there?
I saw that he joined while Michael was talking.
Okay. Well, Sam,
Can you see?
let us know.
Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to hearing your story. So let us hear what we know And Sam Flake, for those of you who do not know Sam, he's one of those gentle souls, an amazing leader, and we're so happy to have him on with us tonight. So let us hear what you have to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Laura. Thanks for having me on tonight. And I'm a little frazzled. We got to my sister's house in Utah. It's our RV back there. I still can't believe that we're doing this. We're full-time RVing now. I grew up on a farm and ranch. I was in construction for a while. I was a school teacher. I'd never done network marketing, kind of had a negative opinion about it. I've been praying for a long time to get my wife home from work. I could see her behind me back there, talking to my uncle or my brother-in-law. And that's my 4 kids with their cousins back there. You probably can't see them. Maybe you can. They're in the shade. But long story short, I never thought this would be an answer, but it was. We were able to bring both of us home. We've been full-time for about 6 years, been in my family for about 9 years. And it's been amazing. And it wasn't easy. You know, there's no such thing as a free lunch. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes commitment. It takes, you know, I like what John Wayne says, courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyways. And I think also courage is getting on the horse when you don't feel like it. Sometimes action breeds, I read today that action breeds confidence, not just motivation. Sometimes you can't wait for motivation because it doesn't always come. And so I just wanted to share a quick story that happened recently on our team. We have a distributor in Oklahoma that's been in the business for quite a while. She had rank advanced several ranks up and had some momentum and then kind of fell, and it didn't, you know, some of you may relate a little bit. It didn't always last like you might want it to. And so she had kind of given up, or she had great experience with the products. We can't make any claims, of course, but incredible experience with the products. She believed in a lot of the products, loved the Axio and the Protandim and she was never enough. She kept trying to, and one day she met a lady, started talking about health, shared with some things she was doing for weight loss. She shared about Protandim, at least Protandim, maybe some of the other products. This lady goes home, sees it all next day and says, "This is a pyramid scheme." We've all heard that, you know, and one of those times where no matter what you say, you're not going to talk them out of it. And so she just like, whatever. Anyways, long story short, she goes and the next day she calls the company and she signs up on the silver pack. She wanted to get the discounts. And she started talking to people about it. She was blown away by the product. She'd watched a bunch of YouTube videos and she starts sharing the products with people. And when we got to know her better, she was adamant with us. "Okay, I'm going to send you these contacts. You call them, but don't talk about the business. I just want you to talk about the products. You can share that silver pack so they can get the discounts, but don't talk about the business." Anyways, she shares, she just is very, very passionate and starts sharing the product with everybody, a lot of people. She ends up going Pro 2 her first month. This lady that's very product oriented, she goes Pro 4 her second full month in the business, which was this last month of May. And this lady that had never given up on LifeVantage, I mean, she had kind of given up, like, as far as, she kind of quit believing, but she always had that belief. She always had that fire somewhere deep down. She never had given up on the product. She believed strongly in them. And in 2 months, she goes from a Pro 1 to a Pro 4. And to me, that's just the most inspiring story because she just kept sharing the product. She never gave up, completely, if you know what I mean. And now she's also been digging deeper in some of her other legs where they had distributors and people that she hadn't really reached out to before. She just started, I'm going to call to my other distributors if they have for Sheelan. And these distributors, they were some. This one lady, she didn't know that well, and she finds out that, we're thinking about the business. I want to get it going. Can you help me? And this was now she has one leg growing, and she's going to be working on this lady. And she has a customer in Australia that she had met on Facebook and somehow shared the she's her house and gifts are coming out, and they can ask you. So my message to you is keep going, keep believing, you have faith, never give up. That's my message. Laura, back to you.
That was amazing. And really, the key word, never give up. No one should want to give up on this business. It's absolutely the most amazing thing that could come into our life. So thank you for sharing that. I know that everyone goes through different times in their life with this business, and most of the time it's great, but there are some times that you feel a little discouraged. So thank you for sharing that with us.
I did want to add too, to finish that story real quick. This lady, she was very, just like a lot of us were at the beginning, like didn't understand network marketing, didn't really like it, whatever. Anyways, she's now coming around. She's now seeing not only how the product is blessing people's lives, but also how the business can. And she had been praying for financial help herself, for some missions and things. And this lady now upgraded to a platinum pack with the money she made in her first month. And now she's starting to duplicate platinum packs, and she's still duplicating vitality stacks. There's some just coming in on the nerve too, but she's getting a lot of vitality stacks, and you just never know, guys. Just keep praying, keep believing, never give up.
That's so true. Or never assume that people are going to do something and then they do something different to surprise you. So it's very good.
And then
You're kind of cutting it out. I'm so sorry.
that's right.
I know whatever you're saying.
I'm done. Go ahead.
You cut out just a little bit there, so we didn't get all that great statement. But thank you again, Sam. Thank you. Okay, we have the man that's coming up. Seth Mulder, are you here?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. We're excited to hear what you have to say. We're excited that you have made this possible for all of us to have this app in our life and make changes. So this is a special person in my life. He's actually the person that brought me into LifeVantage, and I couldn't be more excited to still be associated with this wonderful gift that he's sharing with us. So take it away, Seth.
Laura, thank you so much. Thanks for hosting tonight. What a pleasure to be with you guys. Nobody's ever accused me of being soft-spoken, and I will fill up the volume on this microphone. I'm absolutely loving being on a webinar, right? We couldn't do this in the old days on conference calls. It's really interesting watching some of you who forgot that you actually do have your camera on. So, we're getting all kinds of things. Some of you are smiling right now. Some of you are totally chilling in, the blankets and the hammocks. Some of you are totally focused on what we're doing. And some of you have great reactions to the jokes, or maybe no reactions to some of the jokes and the fun stuff's going on here. But I'm pleased. I'm super privileged to be with you tonight, to kind of wrap up and give you, pardon me, the come to Jesus talk, if you will, or bring this home. I want to say thank you to everybody who participated tonight and presented. I'm telling you, I got the tingles here, guys. I've been here for 10 years. I've heard a bunch of presentations. I've given a bunch of presentations. And by the way, I'm going to go give 10,000 more. I've heard a lot of trainings. I don't know everything about the product, but I know a whole heck of a lot about the product. I just want, and the business, but I'm never stopping learning. That's why I'm on this call tonight, guys, because I want to learn to be better. And I got what I needed out of tonight. One word, belief. I'm telling you, Dr. Nancy, oh my goodness, I'm just loving what you were sharing. I don't know if you guys, I don't have time to repeat everything. I was dropping comments in the chat box. But some of the words that she shared with us, okay, two things we really need. We need to believe in this product because it is and now I just had a brain freeze, but it is evidence-based science, right? And my favorite word, that if you're not using this word, I recommend that you use that Dr. Nancy Bryan was shared with us tonight. Switch the word product. Okay, switch that out of your vocabulary, and in place of that, as a replacement, use the word discovery. Okay, totally different game changer for you. If you are saying the word product right now, destroy that word from your lexicon, okay? And instead use the word discovery. Totally different frame of mind for you as well as the people that you're going to be talking to. What are you doing? Well, I'm working with this discovery. Oh, I'm interested in discoveries. I'm not interested in products, guys. When I was invited to my first LifeVantage meeting with Eric Marchant, one of the vice presidents, 10 years ago, it was kind of a private meeting with just 4 of us or 5 of us around a table. I walked out of the room, guys, after 15 minutes because I thought we were talking about a product. I saw a bottle. It was the ugly bottle, by the way, not the cool bottle we have right now. I saw a bottle. I saw a product. I saw a pill. I saw a new company, and I saw the door, and I walked out of the door mid-sentence, guys. Mid-sentence. They were still talking, and I left. Was not interested in what they had to say. Fortunately, second chances. They called me back. They must have been desperate or knew that I had a little sense. And they said, "Would you look at some of the evidence-based science that we have?" And it's when I understood that this is not a product, but this was a discovery, that I gave my attention. And frankly, I've given 10 years of my life to this cause, and I've been given so much. I've been given more than I have given. And we got another 10 years, guys. We've helped 1 million people. Let's go help 100 million. So, by the way, I wasn't even going to say any of this. This isn't even part of what I'm supposed to talk about tonight. But I just felt really inspired by what we had tonight, and what Michael and Bruna shared, and what Sam shared on the business, from the app to just the belief, right? Somebody who thinks this is a pyramid scheme, and the next minute they go Pro 2, then they go Pro 4, then they upgrade to a Platinum pack, and now you can't shut them up and stop them from sharing Platinum packs. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So why is that? It's one word. It's belief. So I want to share with you. I'm going to see if I can bring somebody on tonight. They had problems getting on via the web chat. So let me just unmute their line and see if they're going to be able to hear me. I'm reaching out for Joe Prophaser. Joe, can you hear me? And if you can, will you respond? Or Shirley?
I can hear you, and I have Shirley Johnson here.
Holy cow. All right, guys. Okay, I'm going to turn a few minutes over to Joe, who is also going to share this phone with Shirley in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'll let Joe tell the story. Joe, we're on a time limit today, and I know you're on a time limit. But guys, belief is the one thing. The reason that we're doing this training, yes, so that you can get skills. But if you don't have belief in your skills, you're not going to do anything with those skills. If you don't have skills, but you have belief, you will learn the skills. The whole underlying foundation of why we train, why we're on this monthly do not miss this call training, is to raise our belief. I want to turn the time over to a brand new Platinum Pack enrollment distributor who is duplicating, making money, and changing lives, just to tell you why he's here. And maybe he can talk, Joe, a little about second chances. But let me turn it over to Joe Prophaser.
All right, Seth. First of all, I have Shirley Johnson here, who I'm going to let her tell the story. I didn't put any things in her, any script or anything. She's going to tell you guys something that's absolutely amazing.
So here I am, Seth. So
Hi, Shirley.
what I'm telling you is that he's using me as a guinea pig for your product. Oh, not product, discovery. Remember that. Okay. What he said is if this works for me, then he's taken over, and it did. At May 8th, I went on Protandim, and I have IBS, something terrible, because he's the casino teacher, and every time he'd have a class for casino, I wouldn't dare eat anything or I would be in trouble because I couldn't make it to the bathroom in time. Okay, so anyway, we've been on this since the 8th of May, and I haven't had one problem as of today. So how do you like that?
Well, and tell me, how long have you been struggling, and how rare is this for you to have the freedom of health like this, like you have the last 6 weeks?
12 years. 12 years I've had that. Then I also have lactose intolerant, so I have to have a lactose pill if I had ice cream or regular milk. And I don't need to bother about that anymore. And the other day I had an egg, and I haven't been able to eat eggs for 5 years, and I can eat that now. So how do you like that? Before you know it, I'm going to be big as a house.
Love it. Thank you so much, Shirley. Appreciate that. We're excited for you.
Shirley's birthday is Friday on the 14th, Flag Day, and she'll turn 86.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, he has to tell everybody. I tell everybody that I'm going to only be 68, so you know what that means. I don't know what day it is.
This is a lady that I've known since 1998, and anytime we've gone someplace or gone out of town, which her and her husband have done with us for years, she always had a problem, whether it was at the casino or at one of the hotels we stayed at, or on a cruise ship. She couldn't leave the cruise ship and go out to see anything else out there where it docks, because she was afraid of her IBS. She's not had one bout, Seth, since the 8th of May.
Since the 8th of May.
So I want everybody to understand that there are so many. We have 1.5 million people that come into the Phoenix area in the wintertime to retire and enjoy our sun. And half of them they got IBS, or they got Crohn's disease, or they got all these things that they can't enjoy their life. But that's going to all change because we're going to turn them all on to Protandim.
Love it. Joe, you want to tell us a little from a business perspective about why you're here? Maybe a little about your background. I'll give you just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, Seth and I were in a couple of different companies together, and for whatever reason they did about in our first company, I was chosen the distributor of the year with Cebu, and I'm up on stage. I won 2 cruises, and the president of the company came up to me and says, one thing that we looked at you, and looked at everybody else to choose you for this position is why we have a 60-pack, we have a $120 pack, and we have a $240 pack, and in your records you've never sold a 60 or a 120. Everything you sell is 240. How did you do that? I said, never told them about the 60 or the 120. Only told them about the 240. And so that's how I got my nickname, 240 Joe. And Seth, when he called me, I've always admired this gentleman. He's very, very intelligent, knows what he's doing, and obviously he's a leader, and he'll lead us all to a huge, huge life.
You're a salesman.
And he's a great salesman, and so are you, Shirley. But anyway, thanks for inviting us to be on your webinar. And anything else that you would like to hear from us, Seth?
That's awesome. We'll be hearing more from you, Joe. Keep duplicating, keep changing people's lives. And Shirley, thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, I'm going to breathe on the mirror, and if it fogs up, that means everything is working.
Sounds great, and happy birthday on Friday.
Thank you.
Okay, ciao.
Thank you, guys. I've been reaching out to Joe, if you can imagine, for 10 years, and we're talking about belief, right? This is indicative in Sam's story, just never losing that belief. What Dr. Nancy Bryan talked about tonight, that foundation of what we have. I'm going to make a prediction. I made a prediction 10 years ago, and that prediction was that this company's name was going to be in lights. And I can't see all of you, but I can see some of you. Would you just like shake your head if you agree that this company's name is in lights? Now, 10 years ago, we were nearly out of business, right? When this whole thing started, even though we had a discovery, right? And it was just belief that made it happen. Real belief is followed up by work. I'm not talking about belief and then sitting about and watching the movies only. I'm talking about belief that translates into action. That's truly true belief. So our company's name is in lights. I mean, listen, we're at the RSL Stadium. We're on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. But I'm going to make, this is my personal prediction. My personal prediction is that we are an infant. We are pygmies. We are gnats. We are amoebas. We are single cell organisms that have not yet reached the full measure of their creation. We have helped 1 million people, but we are positioned to help 100 million. Now, if you think that that's possible, whether you believe that's true or not, if it's at least remotely possible, and we know that the nutrigenomic market is supposed to go from infancy right now today until to over $17 billion by 2023. That's less than 4 years, folks. Nutrigenomics, the genetic age is coming of age. We're at the thumbnail of that, like the beginning of that, but we're at the beginning. And as Dr. Nancy Bryan talked about tonight, guys and girls, we have what nobody else has. We've got the best horse in the race. Is it conceivable that we could capture 20% of the world market in genomics? Again, we have the most research product. We have I love this, 7%. That other company that talked to Dr. Nancy Bryan was super pumped about 7% reduction in oxidative stress in, what was it? I can't, my chats aren't up. 4 to 7 months or something like that, 6 to 7 months. 7% in 4 to 6 months. And we're at 40% in 30 days. The time for complacency about ourselves, because I know we basically believe in the product. If we don't believe in anything, it's that we don't believe in ourselves. But the time for complacency is certainly not now. If you want to be complacent, I'm going to invite you to procrastinate. You procrastinate everything else in your life, procrastinate complacency, okay? And be complacent 10 years from now. Be complacent 5 years from now, but don't be complacent now. Our lives are dedicated to this, to getting on to that 100 million people, because we do have a discovery, not a product. So let me share with you a couple of things that are new right now. I'm gonna share my screen, and can you just Laura, can you give me a verbal that you see my screen here in 3, 2, 1, broadcast? Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me go to YouTube. I want to let you guys know some of the stuff that's new. I'm going to get just a little business technical with you. Do you see my screen still, Laura?
Yes.
Okay. CEO, Creating Entrepreneurs Online, has a YouTube channel. And on this YouTube channel, you will find some of the resources, only some of the resources that are available in the app. But primarily you'll find trainings, okay? So for example, this training that I'm going to give tonight on Launch 357 is there. The global trainings from past months are archived there. In fact, this is probably one of the only places you can find those, because we're not going to upload 90-minute trainings onto your app. Okay, we're going to keep the trainings in the coaching section really short. Getting started videos, duplication videos are here. I'm letting you know that Chris and I have created this CEO Creating Entrepreneurs online YouTube channel. Okay, as always, if you're on Facebook, the let me jump back where we should be, LV CEO Resources. You can make sure that you request to join that. We throw a lot of these announcements, a lot of the training, a lot of the back end stuff, meetups and mentoring and power hours and recognition, etc. You can find here at LV CEO Resources. Okay, a couple of new things in your app that I wanted to just quickly show you. If I can quickly log in here. While we are broadcasting, and if I can't, then we'll go to plan B. But I wanted to show you a couple of things that maybe you're not aware that are happening in your Rapid Funnel or your CEO Pro app. Number one, I'm here on the main screen. Okay, I'm looking there in the middle at campaigns. As somebody, when somebody fills out the survey, either the biohacking survey or the money survey, and they submit it, they are then enrolled to the biohacking or money email campaign, which is an automatic drip campaign that your app does for you. This is not in replace of any follow-up that you might do, but it is a redundancy. It is a safeguard. It's a safety net. It's an additional measure that will work for you even when you might not be actively, proactively following up and contacting with them, or in addition to all of the work that you are doing. So you can see I've got 45 contacts who are actually in my biohacking campaign. Now, when they get their first email of that campaign, which is immediately sent to them after they submit the survey, they have to confirm their email. This is how they're opting in to your campaign. So if you notice that they're not part of the campaign, it's because they never clicked on that first email. They never opened the email and clicked the click here to confirm, okay? But I wanted just to show you quickly how we've built these out. The biohacking campaign, day one, and I should say immediately after they fill out the survey, they get the opt-in email. When they click that, then they're in the campaign. And on day one, they get a quick email from you and a video. On day 4, they get a quick email from you and a video. On day 11, and then day 21, 31, 41, 56, 71. These email campaigns have been designed to drip on people, to give a little copy, something, some exciting, these are professionally written, by the way, okay? By professional copywriters. They're a short paragraph with a video resource. And you can see that we're not inundating somebody. I mean, they get one day 1, day 4, day 11, day 21. I mean, in the first 3 weeks, they're only getting 4 communications, and then it's every 10 to 14 days after that. We're going to continue to build this out, but I just wanted you to see that we've already built out to day 71. Okay. That's about, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 communications that they're getting from you in about the first, 9 weeks. Okay. I wanted you to see that we've extended those. We're at day 42 on the money campaign. So in other words, we're having these professional copywriters write these fast enough to keep up with any people that you're enrolling into your campaigns. I absolutely love the campaigns. Next, I wanted to show you a couple of resources. I'm going to click on resources. I'm going to click on individual videos, and I want to show you a couple of new resources that we have if you haven't seen them. Number one here under opportunity, we have the Biohacker Movement. That's what we call the video. That's the new video that the company put out. It's a few minutes long. It's the 10-year anniversary video. This is where I got we've helped 1 million people so far. I thought the company did a fabulous job on this. And so we wanted it as a resource. You guys asked for it as a resource, and there it is. Chris recorded a video on the earnings claim statement. That's there. It's a powerful, powerful video. And then we just uploaded a Launch Your Business or Launch 357 training, which I'm going to give you right after I finish with these updates. But those are all in as resources that you can actually share with your contacts, okay? Kind of like Bruna talked about, there are 36 additional resources that you can use for a different angle, a different entry to keep the conversation going, to help people go through the 4 steps: peak, present, follow-up, close. Finally, I want to go down to more. In the bottom right-hand corner, I want to click on coaching, CEO Pro app training, and you can see that bottom, the newest videos always go to the bottom. Launch 357, Fast Track to Elite, is also available not only as a resource to share with your contacts, but this is for you to use to launch or to relaunch your business. And with that, that's some of the new stuff that's happening. I want to jump, and Laura, if you can just give me a confirmation that that we are. I'm gonna change screens here and share. Laura, do you see this Launch 357 slide?
Yes.
Okay. I want to take 10 minutes, guys, as we close up this training, and I want to share with you something that I think was absolutely critical. I want to give a shout out to Sam Flake, Elite Pro 8. He and Vandy actually reached out to me personally and said, would you re-record this presentation? We'd recorded it years ago on how to hit Pro 7. But we've updated the graphics, updated the information, and now provided it in an uber duplicatable system. Guys, there are only 2 things that you need to do after you believe, okay? We get the belief foundation. There are only 2 things that really come down to this bit that are applicable in this business. One is to do. And that's what you and each of us individually have a responsibility toward. That is to do. To go do what I'm about to share with you. To do the business building activity. Just do it. Get to Pro 3. Just do it. The second thing is to duplicate. In our business, there is only do and duplicate. And you cannot truly effectively expect to duplicate unless you also do yourself. So let me share with you. I'm not gonna maybe go into the verbosity that I might normally. You can see the training. It's in your app. It's on LV CEO resources. It's a resource in your app. It's in the coaching section in your app. It's on the YouTube channel. You can go watch the full training. But I want to give you a debut of this training in live format, in skeleton format, just so you can experience it yourself. I think this is key though, because this training, this duplication tool can help you to create the vision to create $1 million business. By the way, that's Fast Track to Elite. That's Elite, right? $1 million a year in volume plus $1 million business. This is how you duplicate the vision to have a goal to create $1 million business, but then give your team the exact duplicative step-by-step process to launch their business and get to those key leadership milestones. So the questions that people have, I'm here to slide number 1. The questions that people have are, I love the product. How would I do the business? This training can help answer that question. Another question they might have is, I'm interested in becoming a distributor, but what's the next step? This training, Launch 357, answers that question. Well, I'm so new at this. How can I, if I'm not sure what to do, how do I help the person that I just enrolled? Launch 357 training answers that question. And finally, I just want to be serious about this business. I have limited time. How do I maximize my time, get the maximum result, and create $1 million opportunity or $1 million business? This training, Launch 357, Fast Track to Elite, is created and intended to answer all those questions. So first of all, let's look at the company LifeVantage earnings claim statement. I love this page. Here's why. We're looking at the average monthly earnings of every paid rank, from distributor to executive master pro 10. Okay? Every paid rank, average. These are not the potential incomes. These are not the projected incomes. These are not the hopeful incomes. These are the incomes. These are the real numbers, averages at every level. So if we look at Elite Pro 7, that's an average of $12,603 a month. That's over $140,000 a year. And guys, again, we're not here for a job. This isn't, working for somebody else. This isn't your salary. This is not a your W-2. This is 1099 independent income, residual income. We're talking about a six-figure residual income. But how do you create a Pro 7 business? We talk about it, Pro 7, Elite, My Life Venture, but how do you really create it? It's a big, it's kind of this big monster in the room. First of all, the simplified qualifications for Pro 7 are what? First, volume requirement, $100,000 in organizational volume. That's just product volume in a calendar month, distributed on a minimum of 3 legs or teams or organizations, okay? But $100,000 a month. I mean, let's say that you start. Let's say that you're at the beginning of your journey. Or let's say that you've already got a big business, but you want to go develop elite Pro 7s on a fast track in another leg of yours. How do you just go out and create $100,000 of volume a month? It's a big elephant in the room. Well, you keep your eyes on 7. In other words, you think big, but you act small. We're going to get really nitty gritty. And while we think about 7, we're going to work on the building blocks, not the $100,000 building block, right? But the $1,000, the $5,000 building block that leads up to Pro 7. And that first building block is Pro 3. That's why the presentation and the training is called Launch 357. What we really need to do is to focus on getting to 3, on doing 3. Before you can duplicate it, you must do it. And this is a call to every single person on this call, no matter where you are. Master Pro 10, I just signed up. This is an invitation for you to go create again Pro 3 in your business. Personally, you go do that. Incidentally, the average Pro 7 business consists of 22 Pro 3s. So these numbers that we're sharing with you are not just nice to write. They are the building blocks of how we're actually building elite businesses. So let's talk about Pro 3. What does it take to get to what does it take to create a Pro 3 business? Well, Pro 3 qualification is $5,000 of organizational volume or product volume throughout your entire organization in a calendar month. So let's say it's you personally, you, one person. I'm one person, you're one person. You want to start, you want to get this, you want to get to elite. The first step is to get to Pro 3, and you want to do it personally. How would you do that? Let me throw you a couple of options. Option number 1 on the left, you personally go help 125 preferred customers buy Pro Tandem NRF2 Synergizer at 40 PV a bottle, and you will hit Pro 3, 125 customers. Or right there in the middle, you help 40 to 50 preferred customers purchase a stack or a system of products. Activated Essential Stack, the most important 3 products. Vitality Stack, the most important 4 products. The Biohackers Hair Care stack, the True Science skincare stack, the Physique weight management stack. All those stacks are $100 to $150, 100 to 125 PV, and you're talking about 40 to 50 preferred customers. If you personally found, you'd hit Pro 3. Another option there on the right, personally enroll 5 distributors on a platinum pack. Now, which one of these is reality? Well, the reality is it's wherever you're going to put your focus, but you're also going to have components of all 3 of these options. So it's not like this one's good and this one's bad, or good, better, best. I mean, if you have 125 customers purchasing product, Protandim, and then you can upgrade them to a system, by the way, you just went from Pro 3 to Pro 4, right? You just doubled your volume or more. But there's also stability in having customers. So I'm about to go hardcore business on you, but hardcore business is having lots of customers. I totally want customers. But if I'm going to build an infrastructure to capitalize on nutrigenomics going from infancy to 17 billion in the next 48 months, I have to build a business and entrepreneur structure. And if that's the case, my focus and my aim and my goal is going to be 5 distributors on Platinum Pack, because I know I'm going to have customers on Protandim. I know I'm going to have customers on Stacks, okay? But my focus and my aim, okay, my hunger is leading me toward 5 distributors on a Platinum Pack. Does that make sense? So here it is. Let's say that you enroll 5 Platinum Pack distributors in a calendar month. That's $5,000 of organizational volume. By the way, fast start bonuses of $2,000 to you. That's $400 in fast start bonuses per Platinum Pack purchase. And your organization looks something like this. Congratulations, you hit Pro 3. What is next? Pardon me. What is next? You just did the do. You proved that you can do the do. And every single one of us needs to do this. Remember, there is only do and duplicate. And before you duplicate, you must do. So the next step is we're going to duplicate. We're going to help each of those 5 Platinum Pack distributors to do what? To do what you did. And can you teach what you did? Absolutely. You are qualified to teach what you have done. So let me run you through a scenario. Let's say that you enrolled 5 Platinum Packs. Let's look there on the left, the red circles. Your first Platinum Pack, you immediately went to work with them to help them do. Do not expect people to do it on their own. It's not going to happen typically, okay? You're going to leave 95% of your business on the table and unrealized, untapped, unhappening if you expect everybody just to go do it on their own. You jump into the fray, into the trenches, get your boots dirty, you pull out the getting started documents and you start doing the work with them, start doing the invites with them, start doing the texting with them, download the app with them, and you go do the work. And in this scenario, you personally helped your personal enrollee to enroll personally 5 Platinum Packs. They hit Pro 3, all right? You kind of understand that. Let me give you another scenario. Let's say that you enrolled a Platinum Pack here circled in red, and then for whatever reason, they didn't enroll another one, immediately. Maybe something happened. Has this ever happened to you guys? Maybe they disappeared. That's happened to me. Maybe they got sick. That's happened to me. Maybe they went through a divorce. That's happened to me. Maybe they lost their job and they refocused, or their job gave them twice the responsibilities and half the pay, and they still love LifeVantage, but they're not going to build it right now. Or maybe like Sam Flake, shared earlier today, maybe just things happened. 95 to 98% of people in this business stop right there. And what they need to do is they need to go beyond their first level distributor and go to that next Platinum Pack that they just enrolled and treat them like their own, okay? And go to work with them, help them do the do. The most important person in your business is the new person, not necessarily your personally enrolled person. You're going to drive that below them. Let's say the same thing happened to that second level person. So you go to that third level person, and they're the anchor takes place. You help them enroll their platinum packs, their customers, and they hit Pro 3. Not your first level, not your second level, but in this case, your third level. But it could just as easily be your fourth or your fifth or your sixth or your 10th level. The secret to this business, if there's a secret that 98% of the people don't know, it's to drive or to dig and drive a tap route. Drive that route as deep as it needs to go to find the strength, okay? And follow that route. And then let's say that, legs 3, 4, and 5, you just continued on. Well, in this scenario, you helped 5 different legs, either personally or in depth, hit Pro 3. And so you have now hit Pro 5 because you've got $20,000 or more in organizational volume in your entire organization, divided between at least 3 legs. You hit Pro 5, backed by Pro 3s, backed by platinum packs. What next? You're simply going to continue to show them how to do the do. So you're going to go again you're going to teach in depth. You're going to teach your Pro 3s to go down to their platinum packs, to go down below those platinum packs and help them drive the line. Too many people wait around for their people to do something, or they only focus on maybe a distributor who's frontline to them who may not have the belief yet, or may not have the bandwidth to go and build. Go below them. Drive that line. Include them, invite them to participate in that process, but you drive that depth. And the next progression looks something like this, okay? They're at the bottom, if you will. They're in the trenches, that first trench. You helped your personal enrollees take their personal enrollees to Pro 3 by enrolling platinum packs in customers, right? It's just extending that simple process one level down. This consequently caused your personally enrolled frontline distributors in this example to hit Pro 5 because they each created 4 or 5 Pro 3s. And you just made it to Pro 7 because you got 5 Pro 5s, 5 different legs. In this case, in this example, although they wouldn't have to be, personally enrolled, okay, with at least $20,000 of organizational volume in each leg, and you hit Pro 7. Now, this is the clean version. You know what happens often? You drive that leg and it doesn't go to $20,000. It goes to $50,000. You got a Pro 6 on your hand and you're out of balance because you got a massive leg that's taking up 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% of your business. That's not a problem. That's called duplication. Just continue. Don't ignore that leg. Continue to help that leg grow, but just go duplicate that process in other parts of your organization. But guys, this is how you get 22 Pro 3s, is by going and becoming Pro 3 yourself. You get 1 Pro 3. That's you. And then you go help your platinum packs, 4 or 5 people go Pro 3. Oh, you hit Pro 5. Then you teach them how to help their people go Pro 3. It's just an escalation and a deepening at the same time of leadership, 3 to 5 to 7. Well, the next slide, and this is maybe the most important slide of this entire training. What do I do next? How do I go to Pro 3? Here is your business launch for Pro 3 in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Number 1, enroll with a platinum pack. If you want to duplicate platinum packs, okay, and shorten the process, then you need to enroll with a platinum pack. Sam's story, is very applicable there. What if you do silver packs? What if you do gold packs? Well, the bodies are the same. We just need to multiply those bodies by 2 or 3 or 4, right? Because we're talking about volume, okay? Step 1, enroll with a platinum pack. Next, complete the 3-step getting started checklist, okay? That's in the app. There's a training there. It's in LVCEO resources, okay? Step 1 in that process is set your wildly important goal. We call it the WIG. 2, download the CEO Pro app. I thank Michael and Bruna for their excellent training and kind of vision and overview on that tonight, and start using the app with them. Step 3, connect to the team, the trainings, the events, okay? Next, create a database of 100 potential clients.
Next, and perhaps the single most important thing on this page, which is the single most important thing in this training, lead 50 people through the 4-step system. That's it, guys. Lead 50 people through the 4-step system: peak, present, follow up, close. Okay? You lead 50 people through the 4-step system. I hope 35 of them say no, but I'm just looking for 5 platinum packs and 10 preferred customers who go through that 4-step process: peak, present, follow up, close. That's how you launch your business, guys. We're not talking about trickling it. We're talking about absolutely launching it like a space shuttle, hitting the gas and going for it. This month, 30 days or 60 days or maximum 90 days, okay? As you do that, you will hit Pro 3 or you'll be awfully close. And then the next step of the process is simply to help your people do what you did. It's these simple 6 steps, guys. And mainly it's lead 50 people through this process credibly, with belief and urgency, as fast as possible. What's next? It's this: launch 357. I'm inviting you to come with me and Chris and others who've already joined our movement, the movement, and it's your movement, to go relaunch your business and create brand new, personally, Pro 3 volume, okay, in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days, in the next 90 days, and duplicate that. If you're in for that, blow up the chat box, but more importantly, go blow it up. We'll make a post on LV CEO resources. Blow up your uplines, your mentors, chat box or Facebook Messenger or WeChat or whatever way you communicate with them. If you got to call them, go over their house, knock on the door, blow it up, and commit to relaunching your business in 30, 60, 90 days by hitting Pro 3. And with that, I'm going to unshare my screen and turn this back to you, Laura Tuttle. Thanks for hosting tonight.
You're so welcome. I mean, this is amazing. It's just a matter of doing. And we have all the tools. I mean, this app, Seth, Chris, everyone here is open to helping everyone. So thank you for joining us tonight. Remember July 23rd, our next CEO training, and bring your people on here because this training is amazing. So thank you and good night to everyone.
Thank you, everyone.